And hopefully we're back. What's up, guys? How you doing? So yeah, that was a whole lot of information just dropped in our heads. That was intense. I'm shook right now. I'm shook. No matter how many times I see it, I just get shook. But anyway, yeah. We're continuing, so buckle up, guys. Reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment? And how is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
That finally we could get out of here. Plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. Wait, what? What? I'm not happy about that sentence. What? What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind Mukuro Ikusaba isn't dead. So naturally that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There is no other possibility. The body is Kyoko's. The body didn't have gloves though. Kyoko's been murdered? Oh, it's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. It's definitely not Kyoko. The hair isn't even long enough. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself. Anyway, we'd better begin.
But
When I have a class trial, then that means the killer.
That's right.
Correct. It must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, sir, saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, though.
Huh?
You just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. Investigate. And the music kicks up. You see, it's like a vamped up edition of the normal investigation theme. I absolutely love. The previous one was called Box 15, but this version of the investigation music is called Box 16. So there's a little trivia for you. Or fun fact, as you'd like to call it. It's up to you. Well, I'd better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened. Or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden. Nice. Okay, time to get started. I have to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. So, who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna faint anymore. Listen, Makoto. You remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. That was a big help. Now you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So thank you too. About it before the explosion. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
We're serious.
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 900 dot now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Oh, now you mentioned it. I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Byakuya. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But what are you asking about that now? What's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Is it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was nobody here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room. I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? There's the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning. Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place after 7:30 AM. Which means that I have an alibi. Oh, that's perfect. I remember there were some chickens at the chicken coop. I count 4 chickens. 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course! There were precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. And 1 short. Huh? That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. It was down here just before nighttime last night. There were definitely 5 chickens then.
What?
What are we gonna do? Wait for 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. My best to ignore here and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Most interesting. I'm gonna check out everything before. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, it appears the typical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. But the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. What's the one thing in here that concerns me? These look like fragments of something. They're all burned, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Fragments in their dead body. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... Must have been a knife stuck in the body before it exploded. Force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Monokuma Fire said the knife went all the way through the body, from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Is this... That's it! It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There's too many strange coincidences. Where the person in the mask was that attacked me last night. They were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then I mean, this really is Kyoko. I mean, Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Knife at the crime scene. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped bucket and water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's a strange thing about that, right? The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt off. There's only one little piece left. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire, and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on the fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's something strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? This thing. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? Got burned so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. Never seen anything like it before. I feel like that's everything. I'm gonna check everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? That's true. Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? No, it wasn't. If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Because right after the attacker, Kyoko showed up. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicions activity.
What?
Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her key room. I just want to note but that the garden looks weird. It's got a strange structure. Anyway. Hey, Byakuya? If you you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agent to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, in the meantime I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. Alright. Then, the gym. We need to go to the gym. Ah, this music, I love it. So, anyway, do you guys have any idea what happened? Who's the victim? Who the killer is? Any suspicions so far on what exactly went down? I'd be happy to hear it. There we go. The gym. Right, this way. There it is. Oh, Monokuma's. Oh, wow. It's still here. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
What?
Bomb? And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden was from the bomb. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Alright. Although I just came from there. The back and forth, really? I'm still thinking about the tarp. I'm thinking the tarp was laid on the dead body. And that's why one half of it is wet and dirty. But that wouldn't explain where the blood, why the other side wasn't bloody. One chicken is dead, right? So maybe they used chicken blood. Like, they left the dead body in the garden, put the tarp on top of it so it wouldn't get wet from the sprinkler systems. Then they put that. That wouldn't explain the fatal weapon, like what ultimately killed them. I'm thinking wrong. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Well then, there we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole, and then... and it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Such a generic room. So, this is Kyoko's room.
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider the symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Interesting.
Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Okay. Opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Obviously the bed, but I'm not gonna check it yet. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for lockers. For their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo. Woodblock key. Last thing. It said under the sheets. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? I didn't expect to find anything. But as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Okuro Kusaba. Class number 78 student registry? Okuro Ikusaba?
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room, along with the key.
God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. Leave us a key and... that's it.
A blank. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. This is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgence, says. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Wait, what? Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. Intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro's profile. The ultimate soldier. A mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction, the other's is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But I do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. It's all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Whoa! I feel like our leader is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero.
It's you!
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
Oh, you found her profile?
So what if we did?
Hey, come on now!
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivores, you know.
What?
Our rule violations are really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. It is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself.
Oh. So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting?
Interesting.
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hall, way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Oh, look at all our friends and classmates. Misunderstanding? Are you saying...
in other words...
That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you.
yes,
The
indeed!
total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16.
16? Then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sorry if you heard some crunching. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Yeah? Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page.
That's a bit ironic.
I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know.
Yes, indeed!
Make sense?
well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirikiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya.
Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
What?
Okay, now that's all you get.
Monokuma's account. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, so on the back of her hand. The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Plus, wearing fake nails with gloves would be unbelievably, like, uncomfortable. Which means... those fake nails on the gloves. Yeah, exactly. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His... trap? What do you mean?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a
That's
student.
right.
Obviously Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case.
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she is the one who killed Kyoko.
What?
That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the killing of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer. She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my
It's
mind.
all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? Without Mukuro, the ultimate despair was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So, in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. That makes more sense than to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's a trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. If that's really true. If Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. We should find out that if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? There it is. It's missing its key. Hurry up and check the locker. That's what we're here for, after all. Our wooden lockers here. There's wood blocks keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makuro, do you see the locker farthest right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and lock eagerly accepted the key and it opened. Huh? There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a bedded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? It's bloody. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? I'm lucky to sneeze. The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker room wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukura was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in this school would you go to do some research on something? Research? You're talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. I guess him to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with the file in his hand.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. That's an epic shot. Unlike military contractors, they're a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? So it just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, Each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean... Ah. Ah. Then it must be Mukuro's body.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial!
You can't just go from deep, real heavy shit to just go happy lucky class trial time.
So, please meet up in the usual spot.
Then I guess that's what you're all about, Monokuma.
See you later!
Later, my man. And the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Forward we must go. Oh, Jack and Makoto shut up together.
Yeah, give you two, Bean. You just disappeared without a word.
We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure it out by this point?
Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go together. Just the two of you? Huh? What? Are you jealous?
Hey, or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. I'll be here any second. Wow, we're all here. Any second. Where are we? You could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But... we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again?
What should we do? Should we keep waiting here or... or what?
What? Jesus!
Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. I've been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. I heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
I'm here and no rule's been broken. Kyoko, yay, you're back. I'm so glad. I knew you wouldn't be dead. Kyoko.
Kyoko, you're still alive.
That's a ghost.
Stop talking. If you wanna fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
Is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulations did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially. But I bet you'll be sorry later. Shing! No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
Monokuma was gone. We all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko!
So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die.
Oh God, I'm so glad you're okay.
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? That's right. I'm gonna deal with a ghost. Would you stop talking?
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. But ever looking directly at Kyoko, Becky stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me. Good call. That's what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over.
One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So,
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I couldn't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
however,
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? That's an important clue.
just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her. That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So, why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Ugh. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the doors switched shut. The same number we had last time. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the metal pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In the dusty darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. The dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. What the?
I can't wait! I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's get on with the show.
And so, the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. And we're going to save. My God. My God. Memories float back, Kyoko is gone, and the mysterious vast body appears. The threads holding them all together begin to spin and twine into one. Ominous. I have just enough to get neural liberation, so I might get that. But I'm not going to do the class share right now. Current composed. Envious influence. This is everything we can work with. I could switch out the vocabulary for the other item. But I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna need it. Let's go, many skills that we haven't unlocked yet. It's insane. Anyway. It's time to end all of this for today. No more than 100 streams for today, but we shall continue tomorrow with the class trial. And I'll tell you exactly when. It's gonna be 7 PM Brexit time, or Britain time, or Greenwich time, depends on whatever you wanna call it, but that's when we'll begin. That's when the 5th class trial will begin, full of hope and despair. But yeah, that's the end of tonight's stream. Thank you everyone so much for watching, listening, and I really hope I'll see you guys on the next stream, because it's gonna be a good one. You just know it. Every single class trial has been sublime so far. So yeah, I hope to see you guys then. Have a good night or a day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, guys.